Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the stream. It's Thursday. We're in the kitchen. There's going to be some, well, I don't know if this really counts as cooking, but there's going to be some food manufacture. We're not using a lot of heat today, interestingly enough. It's overcast. It's cold. Well, it's not cold. It's weird. It's spring. So, you know, it's overcast, but it's not cold. I don't think it's cold. Right, so today we are going to be making some chocolate rum cheesecake. We're taking this out of the CWA cookbook. And this one is from Joy Weller in Maloo, Victoria. Maloo! We'll have a look at that in a bit. Yeah, so today we're doing the cheesecake. This one is going to be interesting because I think we're using a lot of implements today, so we are going to be making a mess. And we are adding some rum. I'm using the Kraken Dark Spiced rum. I do enjoy that rum. But because we're not actually cooking anything in this, just a heads up that using rum, the alcohol content will remain. It is the tiniest amount of rum. It's like 2 teaspoons. So, well, it is 2 teaspoons, which is, I reckon, would be pretty close to half a nip. So not a lot. But for those who are concerned with alcohol consumption of any kind, you can skip the rum, the actual rum, and just use rum essence. That is, as far as I'm aware, that is non-alcoholic, but still imbues the flavor. So just a heads up about that if alcohol is not your thing, you may wish to change that ingredient. Ta-da! So there you go. There is your health warning. If you're preggers, don't drink it. I'm gone. Might have a sniff of that later. Anyway, for now, we're going to have some coffee. Okay. We're going to start with the base. I'm going to try it in this one. We might end up using the big one. But we are going to take some chocolate biscuits. 185 grams to be exact. I did not start eating the biscuits before stream. Wow. That can't be right. Aha. Because it's not. I thought I pressed the on button. I thought I'd pressed the on button with the thing on there, but it had not gone to tear. So it told me that 3 biscuits was like 360 grams. Like, no. Did I eat too many biscuits? That is the question. No, I did not. Alright, we want 185 grams. 195 will be fine, and a spare for me. Packaging recyclable. Well, the inside plastic recyclable, outside not. That's a start. Now, we're going to turn the blender on, so loud noises are loud. Uh-oh. Well, it doesn't seem to like that one. We're going to put it in this one and see what happens. Oh, here we go. Bam! I was wrestling that. That was fun. Not quite done. Nice. Alright, that looks good. There we go. Actually, I'll put it on this one. There we go. Nice and fine. Me likey. Alright, so now we need some butter. Need 100 grams of butter. Damn, that's only 30. Okay. This is going to be way too much. No, it's not. Damn. Okay. Bit more. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we're just going to give that a quick melting. Because quick melt. Now, I think just going to take that out. That looks nice. So the question is, do we fold it in there? We may as well. It should be fine. Excellent. Not quite all the way melted. We don't want this boiling, we just want it melted. Nice. Okay. I'm going to need... I don't know why. I really don't. But every time I taste melted butter, my brain goes, hey, we're eating popcorn. It's melted butter, dude. Lick the bowl. Alrighty. Now we want to get this nice and combined. And as I'm going, what I'm basically looking for is I'm looking for the color changes, because as you're stirring it around, it's it's still staying crumbly, and it will stay crumbly until you put it in the bottom of the pan. So I'm looking for the sheen of the butter, basically, and the chocolate bits have gone ever so slightly darker. How you doing, Rach? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Just on your way out for movie, but wanted to say hello first. You just didn't want to lose your streak for watching streams, did you? What streak? Oh, haha, yes. Yes, yes, that's it, exactly. I can see it. What movie are you going to go see? Alright, there we go. I don't genuinely like it or anything. I'm in it for the streak. You're going to go see Wicked? Wicked. Okay. Now, what am I going to use to pat this down? I could normally just use my hands. But I think I might do something a little different today. There is a tool I want to get, but we'll see. I don't know where it is in my house. I know I had one once, but it's basically just a little, what do you call it? Whoops. That's not good. It's a little press for making burger patties. Nice. Oh, no. A little bit of cracking there. Just fix that up. I know I'm being super pedantic right now, but I just want to be. Chocky base. We're super excited. We've been waiting 2 years for the end of this movie. Part 1 came out last year. Ah, okay. Okay. Got the nice base, nice and flat, and in the fridge it goes. Okay, off to get Sissy. Enjoys your cheesecake. No worries. Thanks, Rachel. See you tomorrow. Alright, so that's in there. Next bit is we are doing we're doing choc bits. So we need, where have all they gone? Where have all the little glass bowls gone? I don't know. Right, so we now need... I was hoping to make this with different chocolate, but we're using this. Just remember, if you're in Australia, Cadbury, not Nestle. Nestle are evil. Down to one Nestle product in the house. Now, 250 gram. This is... Whoops. Okay, so we're using all of this. Plus we're going to be using some a little bit more of this. I want another 50. Okay. So we've doubled this up. We've got a pan of water in there. We're going to bring that up to heat. I'm going to put the chocolate in there and just let it all melt. And we will eventually put 2 tablespoons of hot water in there. We gotta remember that part, which is weird, because I was always told don't let water get in the chocolate, but we're putting water in the chocolate this time. We'll see. Alright, so now we need 1/3 of a cup of cold water. Damn. We'll use one of these. We'll use one of these bowls. Bit of a cup of cold water, and then we need how much gelatin? 6 teaspoons of gelatin. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I'm moving to the other hand. No, 6. 6 teaspoons of gelatin. Whoa. That has literally just turned into jelly. That's cool. Check that. Hang on. Check it out. That has just totally turned into a full-blown jelly in the bowl. Damn, do not sniff gelatin powder. Holy shit. That's nearly holding the fork up. That's insane. That's just solid already. Okay. Okay. So now we go on the cream cheese. You may need another bowl for this. Ooh, nice. See, I'm quite happy because the nice was because it means I took this out of the fridge early enough that it is currently quite soft. And I so usually take it out of the fridge way too late, and I usually end up using like beating it while it's still hard. And yep, I knew exactly where that was going. My brain's like, it's too late now, buddy. Alright, so we're throwing in 250 grams of cream cheese. We may need to do this over here just for PowerPoints. What am I looking for? I don't know, what's the form of music that uses maracas? I don't know. My brain went, hey, I could just hum along and pretend these are maracas. And then I went, okay. I don't even know where they're from. Hang on. Spanish. They are Spanish that are shaken to make a rattling sound. Commonly used in Latin and Caribbean music, and are typically made from dried, hollowed out gourds or shells filled with beans or pebbles. So there you go. Caribbean or Latin music. I've learned something. I've learned that I don't have a fork. I now have a fork. Right. Yeah, that's fairly chunky. Alright, so then we put in cream cheese and add, whoops, crap. We add condensed milk. Go that condi! Childhood memories right now going into this bowl. I tell you. It's where I learnt to lick tin lids without cutting my tongue. Alright. Now I'm going to take this over to the actual whisk and beat it there. Loud noises are loud. That's not too bad. Man. Oh look, that doesn't even touch the bottom. Nice. Exuberance, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. I'm doing well today. We are cooking a chocolate rum cheesecake. And how are you doing this fine day? Ooh, oh no, there's condensed milk on the counter. Oh no, yum. Good, my job interview tomorrow morning. Well, good luck for tomorrow morning. What do we got? Nope. Beat cream cheese until soft, add condi and beat until smooth, add gelatin and beat to combine. Right, whoa! This is going to be interesting. That's gone rock hard, but here we go. I don't have enough ingredients. I think I may have messed this up, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I may have messed this up. I was hoping that gelatin would mix in nicely, but it looks like it's just chunked in. So I could be, if I get the job, 100% a sub to you as a thank you for the good luck. Thanks. All right. Well, poodles. What are the options? What are the options? What are the options? Yeah. I think it was a timing thing. I think I messed the timing up because I followed the instructions, which messed the timing up. See, the problem is that I'm out. I'd need another can of condensed milk, and I don't have another can of condensed milk. That's the problem. All right. What to do, what to do. Thinking. We could take a small break, I suppose, and I could go get another can of condensed milk. That'd take me like 8 minutes. It's a fair time in Streamland, but you know. Sad face. Alright, there is an option B, so let's just try. I'm going to heat it up just a little bit to see if that heat will get it to dissolve a bit better. We'll try that first. Hello, Beanie. What are you doing, Beanie Bean? There is a Beanie. I don't think she wants to be on stream though. Alright. That's still reasonably cool. Alright, I think that's helped a little bit. So I'm just going to get it a bit warmer. We'll see if we can salvage this. I think this is the second stream where this is only the second stream that I've messed up this bad. So I reckon that's alright. Because most of these I'm doing cold. Like, I've read the recipe, but there we go. Nice. Yep, that little bit of whoops. that little bit of warmth has just kicked it back over so it's not lumpy anymore. So you can see, I mean, it's gone nice and bubbly now, but yes, that little bit of warmth helped the gelatin absorb into the whole thing, so we're good. Chocolate melting. Alright, so we've got that half. Hang on a minute. Yep, okay. All fixed? Yes. That little bit of heat, I put it in the microwave for a minute, all told, like 30 seconds, gave it a beat, 30 seconds, gave it a beat, and that solved it. So so there's the Chocky biscuit base for those who came in late. Oh wow, yeah, that's nice and rigid. Nice and firm. Alright, now I'm going to pour about half of this in, so hang on a minute. Why are you making funny noises? Oh, that's why. Yep, that's fine. You're allowed to make funny noises. So we are at, no, 0 grams. We don't want to be at 0 grams. We are at, oh wait, crap. We'll get rid of about 600. We'll give it a go. Alright. Alright. Put a bit more in. Now just wobbling this around to get it all nice and even while we can. I might put a little more in. Nice. Alright. And back in the fridge that goes. Feels amazing, man. Alright, now, where is my, there it is. The spatula. Now we need to put 2 tablespoons of hot water in with the chocolate. So we're gonna run up some hot water. The water just was warm, now it's gone cold, now we're waiting for it to heat up again. It's like what they all do. Alright, 2 tablespoons of hot water. Then we get to do some stirring. Hot things are hot. We'll get the hot things are hot glove. Oh yeah. Now the pan we're using is a little bit bigger than the one recommended in the recipe. The springform, the recipe says to use a 20 centimeter pan. We're using a 23 centimeter pan. So this is likely going to come out reasonably thin. But you never know. If I do this again, I might just double up the middle ingredients and just make it big. Or just make 2 batches. I put that whole batch in as the base layer and then mix up a whole another one and put that in as the next layer. Right, that is getting there. So once that is actually, wow, that's going a little nuts. All right, let's turn that off. Half the mixture in a prepared base, refrigerator until firm. Add melted chocolate and rum to remaining mixture and pour over the first layer. All right, so we need the rum. How much rum? Technically 2 teaspoons. One, 2. That was 2 teaspoons. So again, as I mentioned at the start, you can, obviously because we're not cooking this, putting actual rum in makes it alcoholic. If you do have an issue with alcohol, rum essence. If non-alcoholic, still gives you the flavor. If you don't mind a bit of flavor, then put your favorite rum in. We're using, we've got a couple of rums in the house. Yeah, there's a couple of rums in the house of a whiskey drinker. Go figure. But yes, we're using the Kraken Black Spice. Two teaspoons. Alright, that is, I think, about as good as that's going to get. So, let's whack that in with the rum. I mean, the... Where's the hot things are hot button? There it is. Yeah. Go the glass bottle. Right, we will lick the bowl in a moment. After all, it is the name of the show. Alright, let's see how this tastes. Woo! Hot things are hot. Oh, chocolate. Rob loves the whiskey but gets rum every now and again. There's something to mix it up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very similar in that vein. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, the cheesecake mix on the side, it's already started to set again, just at room temperature. So pouring the hot chocolate in. Damn, that looks nice. Look at that. Look at that. It's definitely got some chocky to it. Well, if you have a look at that, that's pretty much solid already. Nice. Yep, that's already solid. I'm just giving that a light little pat with my finger, and that's not even, that hasn't, I don't think. Oh, you can just see that it's left a fingerprint. So it barely even left a fingerprint after that long in the fridge. Nice. Spatula. Alright, now let's throw the rest of the chocolate in on top. I'm so glad we figured out to just add a bit of heat. To that gelatin to get it to do its thing. Alright, let's get that nicely flattened out. We throw that in the fridge too. That's super impressive. Oh wow, that's really chocolatey. I wonder how to do this in 2 layers. You'd have to add more chocolate though. Oh no, we have to add more chocolate. Okay, I'm going to practice a presentation, but good luck finishing with the cheesecake. Bye! Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for hanging out. Good luck tomorrow. Get the job, get the job, get the job. I'm just going to keep eating the chocolate. I'm licking the bowl. This is what the show is about. And I do joke about this, but I mean, the end result is always fun licking the bowl. But as you go, eating your raw ingredients, there's definitely something to be said for the practice of that. Obviously, there's some that you just don't, like raw chicken, because of the risks. Some raw meats can be a risk, right? I know chicken's a meat, but you know, for the vast majority of the rest of your ingredients, eat them. See what happens. See what the raw flavor's like. Really can't taste the rum in that chocolate. Interestingly. Right, so today's recipe brought to you by the CWA. So we're off to Maloo. While the cheesecake sets a little bit, we're going to go over to Maloo in Victoria, which appears, oh good lord, to be in pretty much the middle of nowhere. Let's have a look. It is about It's about 45 minutes north of Bendigo, in the middle of not very much. So there you go. So yeah, if you've got, if you're looking at a map, you got Melbourne here, you got Bendigo there, you got the border here, and Maloo's about there. Closest town, I think Maloo's more of a suburb than a town by the look of it. Oops. Nope. 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 Wow. This just wants to keep ticking. Okay, let's just get rid of that. Alright, there's Maloo. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so what else have we got? What's around? We've got the Greater Bendigo National Park is there. What other big, there's not really any other big towns around it either. Damn. So yeah, it's just to the north of the, so like you got Bendigo, then north you got the Greater Bendigo National Parks, which I'm assuming would be pretty cool nature walks. And then you got Maloo. So there you go. Out in the middle of nowhere. Maloo. Huh. So I wonder if Maloo has its own CWA, or whether Joy is part of like if it's a Bendigo CWA. I don't know. Let's see if we can find out. Wow, here we go. Yes, the Maloo branch of the Country Women's Association existed, as evidenced by a 2019 local news report about a half-yearly conference held in the Maloo Hall. Okay, the report indicates that the Maloo branch of the CWA was celebrating its 50th birthday. So it had its 50th birthday in 2019. Huh, there you go. Sweet. So there actually is a CWA in Maloo. It's not CWA Bendigo. Nice. Things we learn, right? The things we learn. The things we learn is we have a nice little shot glass. I used to have a whole set of infantry shot glasses with a nice infantry decanter. All I've got left is one shot glass. I'm very sad. I need to find another set. You probably won't get these ones again, because these are the Patrick Budgeon VC Club ones. So for all the veterans out there, if you know where I can get the Patrick Budgeon VC Club set of shot glasses and or decanter again, let me know. That'd be nice. Have that again. Put some rum in it. Alright. Ooh, yeah, that's very firming up nicely. It's not there yet, but it is firming up. So, in that case, we could probably do a little bit of cleaning. Ah! Broke the dishwasher already. Good Lord, Ulrich. There's just something nice about working in a clean kitchen, I tell you. It messes with my head when I'm not working in a clean kitchen. Or at least if I'm not starting in a clean kitchen. I get to that point of I get ready to cook, and then I walk into the kitchen and it's like, I'm not going to cook, I'm going to clean. I have to clean everything. And that's when my brain goes, you know what? Uber Eats is a thing. I know. What's the other one we use? We don't actually use Uber Eats that much. What's the other one we use? I don't know. The other one. Good Lord. Not DoorDash. The other one. Menulog. We use Menulog a fair bit. But yeah, you get into the kitchen and it's like, well, I could just clean everything and then start cooking and then clean. Or I could order out. And, you know, you could probably figure out which one of those generally win. So yeah, when I'm finished cooking, I like cleaning up. I like getting it all done, put away. Normally, I would do this after stream. You know, flash my butt a little bit. Man. Well, it's only had hot water in it, but...
And there's an event she's dreading. Because
no! Bad ads. Bad.
It's all the same. That one dress that...
Replay. Alright. That will go in the doodad recycling. That's the word I'm looking for. Come on, nope. There, right. Got to get all this stuff positioned just right. Because dishwashers. What else have we got to put away? Ooh, yes. Now this is going to be interesting. No. That's pretty much already solid. Just at room temp. Cool. Like I said, making a mess today. Yeah, let's do that. I've got a feeling that it is going to get way hot enough in that dishwasher to melt everything. Which means that it's likely that the yep. Damn it. Do the thing. Okay, that'll do. Means it's likely that the one in the fridge is already set. If the stuff out here is already set. But we'll have a look in a minute. There's still a teeny bit of cleaning. that later. Oh, where did you go? Will you fit? Will you fit there? Yes, you will. Excellent. There we go. Ta-da. There's still a little bit of slough to it. So I'm going to leave it in there for a little bit longer. Just got that sort of like, if that's your middle bit, as you tilt it, it sort of just moves that, just that teeny little bit. You can see that it's not quite set. Now that said, this is happening quite quickly. So if you made this, let's say, if you finish this as guests were walking in the door, right, then this is going to be well and truly set by the time it comes out for dessert. Not that you would. Let's have a think. What's in it? Chocolate. That'll sit forever. Hang on. Chocky biscuits. They'll sit forever. Butter. Butter refrigerated. That'll last for over a week. Choc bits. That'll sit forever. Hot water. Who cares? Gelatin. As far as I know. Well, actually, hang on a minute. The gelatin powder. Now, this is before activation, of course. But best before 2027, October 2027. So gelatin will last 2 years. Water, cream cheese. Cream cheese refrigerated should be fine for a while. July 2026. So that's what? 7 months? 8 months? Condensed milk. It's tinned, it'll last forever. And rum will last forever. So you could theoretically leave this in the fridge for probably a month. And you'd be fine. I reckon. So that's a while. This is not going to last a month in this house, I tell you right now. I'm just going to let it set. Honest, we're going to let it set. Yes. Yes, letting it set. Dirty spot. I found a dirty spot. Yeah, I'm really amazed at how quickly that gelatin set. I was just like, what the hell? But so if your gelatin sets too quick, heat it up. There you go, and that takes care of it. Right, so it does explain. It says dissolve gelatin in cold water in a bowl over hot water. Now I understand what that means, but even so, it's like, okay. Or just have everything ready, dissolve it in some warm water, and throw it in straight up. That is how I might do it next time. See, now I'm deciding whether I graffiti in book. I have to decide whether I'm going to graffiti in the books or not. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not sure how I feel about it. I might have to, if I do it, I may have to sit down and do it very neatly and not just my normal scrawl. So I can, maybe draw some nice little light pencil lines in there and cursive the notes. So then they can be totally illegible for the younger generation because they're in cursive. Yes, my secret language. I don't know, there was a time where people, younger people couldn't read my writing because it was in cursive. Not because it was utterly messy doctor's writing. I do write like that sometimes, but not in this case. Yeah, and then the school started teaching linked script or something. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Alright, how's this going? Yep, okay, doesn't look like there's any sloth left. So what happens when I open the spring form? Let's see. I'll try and do this nice and slow. Oh, yep, it's tearing it. Okay, how do we not tear it? Something plastic would probably be better. I suppose we could always just use the spatula. Give it an actual clean. Where's the, there it is. No, that's not really working. I'm using a very thin bladed knife for this. It seems to be working okay. I don't know where I started. Well, I've definitely been around once now. Alright. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, a couple of bits where I got a bit high. That's fine. Damn! This looks special. There we go. Look at that. Pretty. It's got some heft to it. Nice. Now I reckon if I had a could probably get my heat gun to it and just quickly go woo with the heat gun around the outside, pop, off it'd come. Damn, that looks nice. Might just take a couple of regular photos and I'll put them up on Insta after, because this is looking really good. Now we get to cut it. Alright, I might actually, just for an experiment, I might actually just heat up the knife a little bit. Come on, hot water. This is what happens when you live in an old house. It takes forever for the water to get to it. Alright, now I'm just going to cut it in half. That really is quite pretty. Just the way it moves as you cut it. Yeah, okay. It's changing, how it cuts is changing just a little bit as the knife is getting cooler. Which I find fascinating. But anyway, we're going to cut ourselves a nice little, just a little sliver. Yeah, see, much cleaner cut when the knife is hot. How you doing, Cap? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. So you can see, hang on, you can see this bit here, that's where I cut it with the cooler knife. The other cuts on there is where I cut it with a hot knife. So the hot knife really made it, really changed how it cut. So now, I'm going to try and lift this out without crushing it too bad. Whoop. Oh, damn. Look at that bad boy. Just pretty. Right, just heated up the knife with hot water. that's all that was. Now we're gonna clean this off a bit. Let that dry, but I'm gonna I'll probably end up putting that ring back on for when it's in the fridge. So that we can cover it. But that's definitely going back in the fridge. Yeah, just hot water. Right. And now we have the snooty fork. Camera. And now we get to eat it. So here we go. Joy Weller from Malou Victoria's chocolate rum cheesecake. This one's surprising me again. This one is also surprising me. You can actually tell the flavor difference. I really didn't think you'd be able to. But you can tell the flavor difference between the chocolate layer and the plain layer. And the Chocky Bickies underneath just set it off. This is going to be, it's still got just that little bit of warmth in it, which is fine, but I think it's going to be a bit more solid later when it's properly cold. But you can see it's really just holding its shape as I'm eating away at this. Can't taste the rum at all. That might just be that I'm used to the rum, I don't know, but so we've been going for about an hour and a half for stream. So I reckon, take the hiccups out, know what I'm doing. I reckon this would be ready to serve in an hour. Just doing normal. Because there's definitely things that we could streamline in the cooking process, because like I said, this is the first time I've tried this, and you know, figuring out the time that we spent figuring out when I messed up the gelatin, how to fix that, yeah, but we saved it. So would I make this again? Yes. CMC is salivating. Nice. Yeah. So he should be too. It is really nicely proportioned. I probably would. I would be very tempted to do a thicker white layer and then a thicker chocolate layer. But this is so very rich right now. Which, you know, is what you want from dessert. It's getting towards the end of the slice, and I'm kind of at that point of this is just the right amount. Now, that's also taking into consideration that I have quite a sweet tooth. Right? You could do so many different things with this. Could put like, I'm thinking you could put like a couple of drops of peppermint in the chocolate instead of the rum. Do a nice peppermint choc cheesecake. That could be very interesting. So good. Nom, 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 nom. No, just mint. Oh, a mint cheesecake, you reckon? Okay. I really do love my mint, but a friend of mine is highly allergic to it, so I have to be careful if she's around. But when she's not, I can go nuts with it. Another friend of mine is really hyper allergic to bananas. Bananas. Who knows? Weird. But anyway, there you go. Would I make this again? Yes. Yes, I would make this again. Would I serve this to a dinner party? Absolutely. Without a second thought. This would just be. I would likely get some either some other chocolate carobs, like the Hague's ones that are. So like the Hague's carobs, you know, finger for scale. Hang on. Glasses lens for scale. And either shave one of these off to be a bit of a topping on the back end, or just cut a little nick in that top and put it in as a whole, as a bite-sized wafer sort of thing. Might the Italians make an espresso with room for anisette, and they top it off with mint leaf? Huh? Never saw that. What is? I don't even know what anisette is. Let's have a look. Whoops. Anisette or anise? Oh, anise flavored liqueur. Right. Yeah, nope. Not doing that. No, so not doing aniseed. And it's alcoholic, yes. For those who know the drink, I had a rather wild night one time in the 90s. Back in the 90s. On a drink called Opal Nera, which is basically an alcoholic liquid licorice. So if you like black licorice and you like alcohol, go get some Opal Nera. And yeah, have not been able to stomach licorice since. Yeah, it was. It was huge. Mate of mine won a basically trip to the snow during the promo that served as his wedding, served as his honeymoon. So you know, we had fun. So there you go. Would I serve this? Yes. Would I cook it again? Yes. I think this would be like, you really. The funny thing is that I had a rather small slice. But it was just that right level of, just before it got sickly sweet. Done. So you would be able to serve a whole heap of that. You know, you saw the serving size on the little plate there. This is just your normal bread plate, served with sherry. Possibly. Hell yeah. I don't know. Does sherry go with chocolate? I had a sherry once. Last year, I think. I first tried a sherry. It's just a regular pub sherry. After dinner in the study. Yes. After dinner in the study. Yeah, in all the original Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes things, it's like, is it brandy or sherry? I think it's sherry. Might be brandy. I don't know. They have a snifter of something. And it revitalizes. Don't you know? Totally revitalizing. So yeah, would cook it again. Would serve it at a dinner party. Noms. Just a snifter. Yes, we had a snifter of the rum, don't you know? Of the Kraken dark spiced rum. Can't just put the rum in the cheesecake. We've got to have some, right? Yeah, that is special. Anyway, there we go. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, that was a stream. Yay! Yeah, miss you too, Cap. I'm always glad when you guys drop in. Yay! Coming up tomorrow, we have. We'll just turn the music down. Tomorrow we have. Where's my ticker? There we go. So the music, just while we're at it, Twitch safe royalty free music from Carl Casey at Whitebat Audio. Don't check him out if you want Twitch safe royalty free music. That's what we're always listening to on a Thursday. Also, thanks to the Country Women's Association, as we are currently going through their cookbook and doing that. Like I said, if I can easily find these recipes online, I'll put the recipe up in Discord. If not, I'll just put a link up to the actual video with a link to, with the ISBN number of the book. So if you want to go buy the cookbook from the CWA, you can do that. So yeah, because, you know, it's the CWA. They have recipes. Go buy their cookbook. They've been a part of Australian life for a very long time. Anyway, coming up tomorrow, we are playing some more The Room 3. We got to have a meeting soon? Yeah, okay. Let me know, okay? Tomorrow is more of The Room 3. Going around to Monday, I'm thinking Monday we might be doing, because we have just finished Strange Antiquities. I have 8 of the 9 endings I've done. I've got one more to get. I might do that this afternoon. And then I'll publish that on YouTube as well. Just the endings, same as we did for Strange Horticulture. But Monday, I'm thinking we might move to the Planet Crafter, a game called the Planet Crafter. There are a couple of other games that I would very much like to have a go at, but I may not have the money just at the moment. Someone suggested the game Dispatch. I had a look at that. I could have a lot of fun at that. We might also play, there was another game, Voices of some. GGS on Steam. Yes, on Steam. So yeah, there is one that a game, we might play this one actually, where it's AI driven. Basically, girl crash lands on planet. We get to talk to them, and everything is done via voice command. Um, so having a go at that. Yeah, no worries, Cat. We'll do. Um, dispatch. Yeah, I do want to have a go at it. But yeah, there's also another one that's AI driven. That it's all just talk. You just talk to the person. Um, um, sure. Anyway, send me a Christmas present. So yeah, we might play that as well. Then we go around to Wednesday. Wednesday evening, we'll be playing some more Parlia. And then after that, we'll be back in the kitchen. Well, I think we will. Hang on. Let me just real quick double check that. Yes, next Thursday we'll be in the kitchen. The Thursday after, we will be having an episode of Pal World. So, yay! Got steam. Nice. All right, so that's everything. Thank you everyone who joined us. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for just being you. Don't forget, you can catch all the backlogs of these on the Twitch VOD, or you can go over to our YouTube. And yeah, we have a lot to catch up on. Nice. Yeah, or you can catch all of the things back in the YouTube. So you'll peep at my wish list. Not sure Dispatch is on my wish list yet. Anyway, there we go. Thank you everyone who joined us. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for just being you. Hopefully we will see everyone tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Adelaide time for some more streaming. For some more The Room 3. We'll see how long that goes for. And yeah, so hopefully we'll see everyone tomorrow. If we don't, we'll see you when you see it. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye! Ooh, no, not that. Hang on. Post.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Don't forget to check the description for any links I may have left there. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe to my channel. Next video in the series is up here. Until then, stay safe, have fun.